Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Red Bull Gaming Sphere. I'm here with two very important people. Our brand new player, Veqaj, and this guy, Milan and Veqaj, our head coach. But yeah, obviously this week I've asked everyone for a bunch of questions for our new player and for our head coach. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit about off-season, about, the process, learn a little bit about our new boy, and get all those questions answered for you guys. So starting off, how's it been? Joining Fnatic. It's been a big week for you, big few weeks.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, the event was good. I joined the best team in Europe and in the world now. So, yeah, it's so good.
How was the experience for you last night? We're just coming off of London Clash. For anyone that doesn't know, our big event that we held here in London. Tons of fans. You got to meet some of the fans after the event too. How were the fans for you?
It was good. Every fan was was happy to see me and stuff. So yeah, it was amazing again.
How was it for you, Milan? How was London Clash for you?
Super fun. Honestly, I think Sils already said it, but the fan interaction definitely was really. I knew there was a lot of fans, but to see so many people travel here and genuinely not just from the UK, but I think there was so many people from all over Europe and the world that just came to watch this show match, and I think that's awesome. I think it was a super cool event all around.
Was it nice for you to see some of the giants, your old boys as well? Or?
I mean, I only really worked with, so half of the people that I worked with were not here, right? So I think only Hoodie was actually Hoodie was the only player that I have worked with, and obviously we met many of them over the years. So, but it was good, and I think they also had a really good time here.
I think for you, because well, first of all, the number one question people were asking was, how do you pronounce your game name?
My game name?
Yeah.
Veqaj.
There you go.
Veqaj.
Veqaj. Lovely. But replacing a player like Chronicle, right? Does that come with a lot of pressure, you feel?
No. I mean, not a big pressure. It's not even little pressure. I'm just playing for me. Whoever I'm replacing, I don't mind. I'm just playing for me.
Yeah, I think a lot of the references we got said that you're a very confident player.
Yeah.
Would you say that's right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm full confident.
I think we're not trying to create recreate Chronicle, right? We're trying to create what we believe is best and create recreate Veqaj. So for me, there's no pressure of trying to replicate something that worked, because and one of the things, and I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit more, but I like the fact that we have someone that is new, that is fresh, that is eager, and that's something that a lot of people obviously said about him, was that you have this energy, and even when I called you the night we signed you, you were so hyped and you're so stoked to be here, and I think that's for me the most refreshing and the nicest thing to see.
How was that moment for you? When you found out that you were chosen?
At the start, for me, it's it was a dream. It was not real. And when Milan called me and he told me okay, welcome to the team, Silver. And I said, okay, now it's so good. I mean, a little bit of emotion and happy. I'm just full happy.
And are you engaged or married?
Engaged.
Engaged. So did you share that moment
But I married her after New York.
Okay, after New York.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you need another week off.
Yeah.
Another holiday.
That's nice.
But you got to share that moment with her as well, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. So obviously you played for Gentlemates in the past, another really big fan base.
Yeah.
Do you think that adds anything, playing for a team with such a big, passionate fan base? Because now you've had Gentlemates, now you have Fnatic.
I mean, it's always better to have a really good fan base, because they always give you the force to just play every match. You can have a bad game, a bad BO3, let's say, and always the fan will just text you, send you a message, you're so good, it's okay, reset, etc. So it's always good to play with a good fan base, like Fnatic.
Agreed. And then how was it playing in the game yesterday? You know, like in the server with the boys. Obviously, you only had the 3 trial matches, right? So then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're on stage. Like,
Yeah.
how was it playing with all our boys?
I think like the synergy was like good for the first time, like official. Like this is the first time I was playing with Crashes, with Austin. I mean, for the first time it was good. We have a good synergy. That's it.
Did you have a few moments where you're like, wow, these players I'm playing with, it's like they are sick. I mean, you guys all had some really nice highlights, but it's like sometimes you don't realize until you're playing on the team, right?
Yeah. I mean, now for 3 years, I watch Fnatic like every match, you know. So I know they are so strong, like they are full monster. So yeah, like yesterday when Alpha just like peeking everywhere, full one taps, it's like Alpha, you know. So yeah.
I mean, you had your fair share. My favorite moment from yesterday, and I told you this, was I was really hoping you would have a pop-off moment.
Yeah.
And I think it was, you had like 2 very quick in succession, but the first one was on B side, right?
Yeah.
On Abyss, and you're anchoring backside, you get a 4K,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you just intuitively, you stood up, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs when I saw him. So I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. Like this, for me, this was super cool, and I was really hoping that you would have a moment like that as well to kind of like enter the team, if that makes sense.
Yeah, enter properly.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's all, like, ultimately, and we spoke about this as well. Like, I think we trialed some pretty interesting people, but many of them didn't have like these big moments, kind of, right? And I think that's something that for me is super important to see, is that you can have. I don't need someone that is like 100% the whole time, but if you just are like we need something special, I think, right? If you want to become the best of the best, you need to have something special, and you did that during your trial, and you did it obviously like yesterday twice with the round on A as well with the knives. Yeah. So that was I think that was very cool. That was my favorite moment of the day.
The fans loved it.
Yeah.
The fans were going crazy.
He disconnected his headset too.
Disconnected
everything.
That's a classic. That's a classic. But yeah, Milan, speaking about signing this guy, what was that process like through your eyes, and what was the decision-making process like?
I mean, I think we started quite late, right? Because obviously, I think the big downside of doing well throughout the year is that it is very taxing. And we kind of knew that stuff wasn't going to move super quickly initially. With Ascension like being after champ, so we took some time off, and then once trials started, we basically just played a bunch of games with different people. And yeah, like I said, I think we were there on the third day that we played. Immediately, it was like we felt like it clicked really well. I know Jake said it yesterday on stage, but like you laughed at a joke that Alpha made, and I think that it's not necessarily that you laughed specifically at Alpha, but it's the fact that from the get-go you show that you kind of fit into that team culture, right? And then obviously, I think everybody we trial, we always say like, hey, you're here for a reason. We know you're a good player. So just focus on like these secondary things. And I think for me, it's just super exciting to bring someone that is extremely skilled, because we can all see that when we watch you play. But also, I think you are very like moldable. From speaking to your like previous coaches, they all say, hey, this guy is super coachable. You are very flexible, and that's kind of what I envisioned for this role, right? And that's where I think you just very well align with the characteristics. I think the fact that you are not so defined and maybe not so complete as a player yet, for me is like a big plus, because we trialed, some players who
maybe 27, 28.
Yeah, 27, 28, who are
careers,
towards the end of their career, or who are like, I don't even want to say better, but they are more complete, right? They are more defined, and they are super difficult to change. And that's where I really like bringing in someone who still has all of this flexibility, still has all this learning to do, and that we can be a part of that process.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things to learn, so.
Yeah, and that's perfect, right? That's that's the philosophy of this team, is like, I love it when we fuck up, because it allows us to learn, right? Yeah. And that's kind of what I think you have said as well. It's like, hey, I'm excited to be part of this process, and that's why I think you just culturally fit really well into what we have already like established with the team.
for you, this year, what do you think you want to focus on in terms of, like Milan saying, like growing and kind of developing as a player?
I would say new roles, discipline, and like communication again, and like maybe some specific thing in games. Well, I don't know like about something else, but like some specific stuff in game. So I don't know now yet, and you're gonna learn from me. And yeah, I mean that's it.
It's good teachers to have around you.
Yeah.
Very experienced people, so
Yeah.
it's good. Sorry.
Hello,
Just
Kayak.
Let's go.
finding a good question.
Hello. Let's bring Kayak in for the next one.
Bro, I don't even know why I'm here.
Are you?
I can just come in and ask one question.
Yeah. You have one?
Yeah, for you.
Okay.
Shifting back to you though, Milan, one of the questions one of our fans asked was just, it's your first year as a head coach, How was the experience?
Good, obviously. Like, I think it was, no, I had a lot of fun. I think I definitely took more away from it than I thought initially. So the off-season really helped me reflect on some things that are important for me going into this year. But I can't complain. Obviously, with the year that we've had, with the growth that I've made personally, but also I feel like the growth that we've made as a team, like, was a super exciting year. I think I am very happy. I'm also very proud of what we've been able to accomplish. But there are still things that I think we can do better next year, and that's like something that excites me for the future. I also like that because I think I was thinking to myself like, hey, what if we had won like champs, for example, right? Like I think it at least leaves something like to chase, some goal still to exist, and that's something that I am also kind of, obviously I would have liked, I'm not going to go out here and say, hey, I'm glad that we lost that grand final, but I think winning everything or winning the thing basically so early on would have also been like, well, what is there left to do? And that's why I'm, looking forward to next year.
Yeah, it was a year of almosts, but a year of like a lot of great moments too, a lot of great achievements. So,
and I think the philosophy that I think Suifat kind of coined it, and Jake followed through with it, is like this idea of, hey, we're playing video games, look at all the awesome and cool things that we get to do on a daily basis, and just be grateful for what you have and not what you don't have, basically, right? And that philosophy has really carried me through some like annoying moments.
Yeah, definitely. Well, speaking about all the cool stuff we get to do, like, you're on a team now where we qualify for most international events in the off season. We have a lot of fans all around the world, so we're traveling a lot. Is that something that's exciting for you, being able to like travel, see new places?
Yeah, of course. I want to do that. I want to go in every Masters, every Champions, and win it, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I like to travel every country. I mean, it's the life.
Big ones that you want to go to?
New York.
There we go.
No, New York, LA, Korea, Japan, and one day I want to do Australia.
Nice.
But it's for my DNA,
Yeah, some Australian
My dad,
heritage?
My dad is Australian.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're learning.
Yeah.
How do you feel about changing roles and kind of getting, I know you've played so many agents throughout your career, but, coming into our team where, it's the meta's changing, right? And not totally sure what you're going to play, but both you as a coach, how are you feeling about feeling into this role? But then also how do you feel about adjusting into a new role?
I mean, for me, it's fine. Like whatever Milan wants me to play, I will just learn the agents. I will train it a lot, and that's it. Nothing special.
I think we have a lot of flexible players on the team right now, and I think one of the things that I would like to slightly lessen is this crazy amount of flexibility that we have going on. I think last year we did get a little, like, we had Alpha playing initiators, sentinels, duelists, basically everything. The only thing he didn't play was controller. And I think for me, in an ideal world, we definitely limit that a little bit to where people maximally play like 2 different agents. And I think that's also where Sil comes in, and he's gonna we have the entire off season to basically experiment, try out what the meta is going to be, and figure out what works for us. And then I just want to bite down in something and make sure we become not necessarily like specialists of one agent, because I also think the flexibility that you have in your agent pool and your general composition pool is important. But I definitely want to steer away from this crazy flexibility that I think we had, where we had literally people switching off of every role throughout the year.
Yeah. How important do you think it is for next season to have, events like Red Bull Homegrounds and have these tournaments to be able to play in?
I think for us specifically, it's really good to, go to these events and get stage reps with your new player, because I think we've said about this before now. Off-season events hit different because there is less pressure, right?
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, because that also makes this like getting these reps a lot more comfortable. And I think for us, it's just super nice to be able to play as a 5 and, build a little bit of that experience. And then it's just about finding a balance between that and getting, proper reps in practice and just figuring out comps and improving as a team outside of those game days, basically.
Yeah, I think for us as well as an org, it's like big for building fans and, making sure that we're servicing our fans all around the world. Like there's a lot of regions that maybe don't get as much attention, and I think the UK is a big region. Obviously we get Masters in London next year, which will be awesome for Fnatic, but they pretty much had no events over the last 5 years. So it was really nice to have Clash last night and see a lot of our UK fans and see a lot of the Twitter profile pictures matched to fans' faces. So one of the more like chill questions that was asked was around what kind of music you're into. Obviously, we have a lot of K-pop interests and Jake doing his dances.
Yeah.
But where are your music interests?
I mean, I listen everything. My wife is like listening every K-pop and stuff, so I know it.
Nice.
But the main music I listen is like French rap and USA rap, UK rap, Central C, everything.
Give the people one French rapper that they should go and check out.
Karis, Kaares.
There you go. We'll put that on in the dressing room before we
I
go out to our
mean,
games.
we bring the speaker probably. I brought my speaker, so we'll play it in the van whenever we're driving around NYC.
Let's see. Let's see if you like it.
From last night, obviously you play the duelist, Alpha plays the duelist, Kayak, pretty good duelist. But the highest KD duelist of the night was Boaster on Raze. What was your guys' opinion on the Boaster Raze?
The double satchel lamps every round.
I have no idea how Jake got 3. Like, that's not, because I think that he went in so aggressively, and we didn't I don't feel like we particularly support him particularly well. So I just don't know how Giants didn't kill him. But I think it's fun. I think Jake undersells himself quite often, and people look at the stats, but I think he just puts everyone first, always, basically, right? And putting him on Raze basically unlocks or disables that feature of him where he just stops thinking about the game. He was just having fun, just running around, satcheling in, Angel style, dying or not dying, and just killing people.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's also what this offseason is kind of for. It is a show match. Yesterday specifically, right? We're just there for the fans. We're there to, put on a good show. So when he was like, "Oh, can I play Duelist? Can I play Duelist?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I don't care.
Of course.
If you're gonna have fun, but you better do good." So he was actually practicing his satchels 2 days ago in the office. At 10 p.m. he was practicing satcheling. He was practicing his pathing. It was super funny, and it obviously paid off, right? So, yeah, I think it's good for people to let loose a little bit and truly enjoy because I think that was the most important thing for me. Like, I think the third one map as well, but definitely the first two, they were just enjoying being on stage. They were enjoying interacting with the fans, like standing up, doing silly emotes and stuff, knifing each other, and like I think that was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, were you like, what's going on? My first map in my IGL is double satchel.
I mean, it was good. Like he just like put the first goal. Like, okay, guys, maybe let's go A. I double satchel lamps, and here we go, and that's it. Yeah.
Let's go A.
Yeah. And like I don't know which one was the map, but I think it was like maybe all three maps. Every time when we can knife someone, we did it.
Yeah.
On the mic, I will say, knife him, knife him, knife him. And we knife him.
Super good.
It was fun.
So we've obviously been on the road for, what, the last 10 days-ish? Or I guess you can even talk about before that, but like what's been your favorite moment of the off-season so far, apart from the Veqaj standing up moment at Clash?
So I thoroughly enjoyed the hike that we did.
Oh, God.
But it's like, so I really like being outside. And then the last day when we were in Austria, we did a hike with everybody. And not everybody enjoyed the hike as much as I did, but I think deep down, once we were there, like having lunch all together at the top of this like mountain, I thought it was quite nice, you know? So those sort of things. And it's like small little things. And that's what I had last year as well. There's no like crazy big events. Maybe once we get to New York City and we walk around, that's something that I'll really enjoy, or whatever like cool show Red Bull's gonna put on. But I think for me, just small little interactions, you know, seeing us as a group like grow together, have fun, and I think those things are the events that I cherish the most.
I really liked one of the questions one of our fans asked, which was, and I think you can answer this too, because obviously you watched a lot of our games. Yeah. If someone was just coming into Valorant esports, maybe from a different game or something, and you had to show them one of our matches to like introduce them to Fnatic Valorant, which game would you show them?
There is
This thing you lock in.
There is the Sao Paulo. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the Fnatic Cloud. I mean, there is maybe a second match.
I think because someone can choose the Fnatic Cloud. I think that's the easiest one. That's the most obvious one. My personal one, and I think it's just because it encapsulates what I think Fnatic Valorant is all about, is the Paper X game.
With Doma.
With Doma. Because I think that's just like, it has the comeback, which is a big part of the Fnatic DNA. It has the always Fnatic DNA coming back in, where it's an old player who's like always been a supporter of the team, always part of the family, right, coming back. Because I think that's a big thing for our team, is that, Mystics, at the event yesterday, like Doma's flying in last minute, Enzo's there ready to play if he needs to play. Like, I don't know, I just think the Fnatic family is something really special, and I think that Paper X game was the perfect encapsulation of all of those just good things that I like about what we've built here. So that would be my choice.
What was the game where Jake kept emoting? You know which one I'm talking about? There's one where he didn't know. There's one where he breakdanced in the middle. Does anybody know which game it was? The one where he was breakdancing in the middle of the.
I don't know.
I think it has to be either DRX or
DRX.
I think it would be the DRX game for me then, just because I think that was like the boys having so much fun, and I think that's the and I agree with everything that you've said. But for me, like what defined this year was just the connection that they had with each other and the amount of joy that they had on stage. And I think the Abyss game, definitely there was a lot of crazy moments, and that resilience also was a big thing. But I feel like they were much more locked in with the DRX game. Like Jake was breakdancing, throwing it back, they were standing up, giving it, and I think it had a little bit of everything too.
Yeah.
So,
Also the game, the grand final in the eSport World Cup, when Kayak on Sunset was like backside, and I was like this behind the screen. It was an amazing match. Yeah.
Kayak has some crazy clips. Ridiculous. All right, one last question before we wrap things up. Just speak to me about next season, like goals, thoughts, like overall approach. Any thoughts you guys have about the season that we're entering.
You want to go first?
You can go first if you want.
I think I want to replicate. Like I don't want to replicate what we did this season, but I want to replicate like the philosophy.
Yeah.
I think if the biggest thing was that I don't focus on hardware, right? We don't focus on winning matches. We focus on playing well. We focus on putting in the correct things, and then the score was going to take care of itself. That being said, I wouldn't mind some more international grand finals with hopefully them going the other way this year around. I think that's also that's what I said after Paris. Like I think, and I said it after every grand final. Like I think we deserved more, and I still think we do. And that's why that's what makes me so excited for this year, is that we didn't have to make any like crazy changes. I think the boys are still there's still hunger. There's still a lot of hunger and passion and energy. So I think we just do our thing, and then whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, it's nice that we managed to keep so much of the group intact. Obviously, just small changes, but yeah. What about you, Veqaj?
I mean, just for me, like for the next season, I just want to break a bit the rule from the last year and just win a trophy with Fnatic. That's my main goal.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming by. Thank you to all the fans for the questions. We always appreciate them. And we have one question for you, the fans, which is, what should we call this? You know, we've done a few episodes now of this little podcast show thing. And yeah, it would be nice if maybe you guys come up with a name for the podcast, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, once again, thank you to Red Bull Gaming Sphere for hosting us. And thanks to Veqaj and Milan for giving us your time. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time.